There is something wrong with the cycling industry. Look, over the years I've ridden and raced probably every top brand of bike there is. Colagno, Pinarello, Specialized. Look, I was the first guy in Scotland to ride the Lamborghini bike, the Cervelo R5. You know the one I mean. There was only 63 made in the world, only one came to Scotland. I rode the McLaren, yes, the Formula One team, their S-Works bike when it came out. Insanely fast, insanely expensive. But let me shock you, some of the greatest experiences I have had, and I am sure I will still have, are on bikes made from alloy, made from steel. Look, cycling is simple, but the industry have complicated it, and they've done it deliberately to confuse you, to take you down a path you don't need to go all the time. In this video, I want to expose, yes, expose 5 lies that are potentially holding you back from reaching your true potential. If your bike is not full carbon and wind tunnel tested by NASA, then you're doing it wrong. You see, this is ridiculous. The best bike is the most comfortable bike. The fastest bike is the most comfortable bike. But everybody wants to go aero frames, they want to go low, they want to slam their stem lower than the limbo you tried to get under at that last wedding you were at when you had a few too many glasses of wine. Yeah, embarrassed everybody. But the thing is, going low doesn't necessarily mean going fast. Sure, I love aero frames. I'm very fortunate I can fit into them. But as a bike fitter, I saw so many people coming in. They've bought the aero frame because they want to go faster. And the industry tells them, unless you're on this particular aerodynamic frame, you can't go faster. They're built with such low stack heights. Yes, even the same size of bike you had that was comfortable, suddenly you're not comfortable. And then there's weight. Oh my God, it's about weight. Let me show you a little thing. I've got 2 bikes here, right? So, this bike here, Kinesis, aluminium frame, beautiful bike. I've had it for 12 years. 12 years. Orbea, beautiful. Carbon wheels. I was lucky enough to race them when they came out in the 90s. Okay? Disc brakes, caliper brakes. So the alloy on this and the carbon on this, when you add everything up, this is half a kilogram lighter. Yes, half a kilogram lighter. So half a kilogram is just over 1 pound. You can lose 1 pound in half a week. Let me tell you this, if we go into pure mathematics about price, because you're already complaining, I couldn't get a bike like that, Scott. Let me show you this. A bike that weighs 1 kilogram more is on average $1,500 to $2,000 more expensive. 1 kilogram lighter, that's 2.2 pounds. You can lose that in a week. Yeah, I'm not going to call you fatty, because you can lose it in a week, and if you've got the money, you save that in buying a new pair of wheels. You see, the industry has confused and fooled and made it so complicated about bikes, because you're looking at the sizes. Well, I fit a 52 or a 54, but why is the stack height so low? Because it's trying to convince you that everybody needs to be riding in the fucking Tour de France. The best bike is the most comfortable bike, and the fastest bike is the most comfortable bike. So, you can play around with your tyre pressure, you can play around with your bar width. But if the bike doesn't fit and the bike doesn't feel comfortable, you're going nowhere. And you do not need to spend your annual salary on the bike to go quicker, right? Got it? It makes sense, doesn't it? Find the bike that works, and that bike will be with you forever. You don't need to go off and have some secret affair with that dirty little aero bike that's been hanging about outside. We're getting a little bit stupid now, coach. So the industry is fucking you up by trying to tell you need the expensive bike, okay? FTP is the only number that matters. What a load of bullshit, okay? But the internet has taken you down that path. Let's talk about FTP for a start. What is it? Your functional threshold power. How much you can ride when your lactic clearance is 0. Nobody defines it like that, but it's got to be 0. You're at threshold, so there is no lactic clearance going on. Sure, you identify yourself as being tough, being hard. How hard can I ride? You start off on a soft ride, then it ends up just, oh, a mess. You're racing whoever appears, whether you're online or outside. But lactic clearance at 0. What is your lactic clearance? That is the efficiency of your mitochondria, because they are the road sweepers, the cleaners, that you reuse the lactate as fuel. But you don't do enough zone 2, do you? No, because you're a warrior, because FTP is the only number that matters. It's what you talk about in your local club ride. It's what's on the chat group when you're doing an online event. I mean, it's all the time. I hear it. Coach, my fitness seems to be going up, but my FTP is a little bit stagnant. Okay, well, I mean, you should go to jail. What the fuck? I mean, it's ridiculous, come on. FTP lives with 15 watts above and 15 watts down. I want you to imagine you go into a cycle shop. You know exactly what you want to buy. Yes, shops are still available. You don't have to do everything online, okay? But you go into a shop. Let's say you're not even buying cycling. You're going to buy a new suit, a shirt and tie, a new dress, a pair of shoes. You know the ones you want. You go into the shop, you think, that's the babies for me. I'll be fucking moonwalking on the dance floor in those. But the thing is, the salesman says, hey sir, you look great in them. Absolutely wonderful. But for a few dollars more, you can buy the upgrade. That's FTP. Because FTP has a number, but there's always a capacity to go harder. Your whole training is all about upgrades. You push to the limit and you convince yourself, look, FTP is not a fitness passport. It has to come with the mitochondrial development, because improving your clearance of lactate and reusing it as a fuel is damn sight more important. Here's the fix. Try this, okay? Try this. When you're in a harder effort, and let's say you're going outdoors, wear your cycling kit. But I wear my kit all the time, coach. When you're doing a softer ride, when you need control, put your cycling kit on and then put a hoodie or a jacket, something that's leisurely, not cycling related, over the top. Disguise yourself, wear camouflage, and this will trick your brain into thinking, hey, I can let that fat guy passed me on the hill. I'm in a controlled session today because I'm not chasing FTP. Hell, if you want to just push FTP up, just do FTP workouts. But don't listen to the lie. Your FTP will move gradually and it will stabilize the other factors around your aerobic conditioning. When they improve, boom, you'll recover faster and you'll be able to go faster. Trust me. It works. A bit of a rant, coach. FTP is a cult, okay? And it's easy to join. All you do is start cycling and follow the industry's guide that it's the only number that matters, okay? If you want to be tough, if you want to make the grade, you gotta have an FTP of over 300, 350, whatever the fucking number. It is bollocks, okay? Don't fall into that trap. It's a lie. And you need to handle the truth. I can't handle the truth. I love FTP, coach. Okay, I know that I'm ranting and raving and getting a bit passionate, but I go into all of these points in much more detail inside my own community, but I've got something I can share from there with you. Yeah, I created a presentation for my community in under 30 minutes where I broke down the fast lane to bulletproof longevity, and I want to give you a copy of that for free. It's floating about. There's a link either on screen or in the description. Click it, it'll take you there. Free, yes. A Scotsman giving away something for nothing. Yes, I do rant and rave quite a bit, and I'm going to go back to ranting and raving with the next point now. You need superfoods and $50 recovery powders just to perform. Look, the truth. Your body doesn't care if the carbs don't come from some Himalayan rice cake or a bowl of porridge from Scotland. Nutrition industry thrives on making you feel like you're always missing out on one ingredient, that one magic ingredient that will change your life. They play on that and you fall for it. But look, real performance isn't built on exotic berries or activated kale. It's built on fueling consistently and eating enough to support your training. The best diet, the one that lets you ride strong, recover well, wake up in the morning feeling energized, and it doesn't require a second fucking mortgage to pay for it. Look, there is literally no scientific definition of a superfood. If it has carbs, your body will use it for fuel. If it has protein, your muscles will repair. If it costs 3 times as much, then you're falling foul of the marketing guys. Look, the fix. Eat real food. Stop over-obsessing by activated turmeric and everything, okay? Just fuel properly. Because here's the problem that most amateur riders make. You eat far too little when you're riding your bike and far too much when you're off your bike. Oh, I don't need to eat, coach. I don't feel that hungry when I'm doing my rides. You're normally riding too fast or you haven't got a clue what to eat. So you go searching for the sugary hits that the marketing guys say. Because a pro uses this, coach. Does he? Really? Are you sure? Have you spoken to him? Or is he just doing it as a favour to the team? You see, most pros eat real food and they will save the gels, etc. for the last punchier parts of the race when they really are riding fast. Yeah, you need to get a programme of stabilising a more consistent period of eating during the day. Yes, you're going through periods in the day where you're not eating because you're too busy. And then you're going through longer rides where you're not eating enough. And this is playing havoc with your system. Come on, you're a bright person. Eat to live, okay? It's actually pretty simple. And don't fall foul of the thing that you think you're missing because you're feeling tired. What the hell is a superfood anyway? Cycling kit should be Aero tight. If you can breathe, it's too loose. Look, the trouble is, the cycling industry has started to design kit that's really designed for a 14-year-old Belgium climber, not normal people. You might shout at me and say, well, it's okay for you, coach, you're slim. Look, I fight every single bloody day against ulcerative colitis. When I was in my prime, I was weighing 7 kilograms more than I was today. My disease means that I can only ride limited periods in the week, but I still love my cycling, okay? But my journey is different from yours. But the thing is with the kit, people are obsessed with it, and they're obsessed with Aero kit. They're obsessed by looking fast. Yeah, I said looking fast, because just because you look fast doesn't make you fast. Squeezing into a race cut jersey will not just make you faster, it makes your bloody breathing awkward as well. But here's the thing, I get more messages, more questions, more calls from people who are a little bit shy of Lycra. Hey coach, I don't really want to wear the Lycra because I'm a little bit overweight. Most people are carrying a little bit of extra weight in their 40s and their 50s. Not too much that's making them unhealthy, but enough to make them look like, holy fuck, is that me in the Lycra when you go by a shop window? Yeah, but the thing is, you're not triple XL. Just because the cycling industry has told you that, this upsets people. I wear a medium, I wear a large jumper. Why have I suddenly gone to a double XL in cycling kit, coach? Because the industry are assholes, okay? That's all. They're not making it inclusive for everybody. No. And the thing is, with your kit, if you get it wrong, you're in a problem world. Here's from a bike fitter's perspective. Take some bib shorts, okay? You take a pair of bib shorts and you get the wrong size. If you get them too small, they're pulled up at the front. The pad moves forward. So it's not on the parts that you need to be covering on the saddle. So suddenly you think my saddle's all wrong because you've tried to squeeze into shorts that are not built for you. And it's got nothing to do with the saddle. It's all to do with the pads. And if they're too big, well, they're just bloody all over the place. If clothing is a little bit saggy and it's catching the air, sure, you've increased your drag. But here's the thing, back in the day, before all this craziness happened, you wanted to have drag. Why? Because it made the training harder. So when you came to go fast, yeah, you put on your good clothes. Were you like me in the 70s and 80s? Your parents never let you wear anything good until it was Sunday. Oh, we're going round to visit the grandparents. Put your good jumper on, Scott. Fuck, I played football in that the other day. I better hide the hole. But the thing is, if you save your good stuff for when you are going to go fast, you're more likely to be in a group, aren't you? Yeah, you're going to suck in behind somebody's big fat ass anyway and go faster anyway. But my point is, don't let the industry confuse you with that sizing and make you think, what's the point? I'm losing weight and I'm still triple XL. The kit is built for 14-year-olds. Fact, okay? But get kit that fits and you feel comfortable in it. Like the bike, yes. And like I said about the camouflage ride, don't be afraid to put a jumper or a hoodie on when you're doing those Zone 2 rides. Camouflage the brain from thinking you need to be fast. Dress appropriately. Casual ride, casual clothing. It works. Sure, put your bib shorts underneath. Some tracky bottoms for that ass protection. Zone 2 rides are easy, so I don't need them. Here, look, hear me out. I've talked for hours and hours about Zone 2 on the internet, and I could continue for days about it. It's so essential. But here's the thing. You posted your last Zone 2 ride on Strava, and you put down easy ride, soft ride. Yeah? By doing that, you deconstruct the actual full purpose of it. A Zone 2 ride isn't easy. It takes discipline. A Zone 2 ride isn't for beginners, it's for everyone. A Zone 2 ride is for you if you want to develop your mitochondrial efficiency so you can ride at the faster paces and clear the lactic acid. For fuck's sake, don't let the industry confuse you. But you're falling into the trap because the industry has everybody talking about FTP. Everybody's sexy, muscular, tanned. Yeah, oh my God, I'm not like that. I'll just put easy ride. Why? Because you went slower and you can't identify with that slower speed being you. Stop calling it a slow ride, an easy ride. It's not easy, okay? Sure, it may feel easier than doing those threshold efforts or battering up a hill trying to stay in the group ride. Don't call it easy because your brain then immediately goes into that. Why am I doing this? I'll just go a little bit faster. There's an e-bike just going by me. My God, the guy's twice my age. Chase him down. War. Don't do that. So start to label your rides appropriately, okay? Or just call them what comes up on the bloody app, okay? Without labeling them, and it'll give the time of day, or just call it ride. It's that simple. This is your journey, okay? Get on that bike as often as you can, and you will progress. And that bike is the one that you love the most. The one that you love the most is the fastest and most comfortable bike. Yeah, as I said, as long as it matches your kit. I'm joking, by the way, on that. But look, I've got another video for you that falls into this sort of theme as well. It's all about training mistakes that I see a lot of older riders make. There's a link somewhere floating about the screen. You can click it and go on another journey with me. But look, as always, look, keep spinning, keep smiling. Don't forget the link to that 30-minute presentation that might just be the thing that elevates you to the next level. Until the next time, take care.